Maybe you really felt like your defense gave you a real chance to win this ball game tonight. How would you assess their performance and maybe what needed to happen to get a win tonight?
Yeah, I thought defensively our physicality was incredible. The way we flew around, our effort that we played with. You know, outside of the one explosive run that we did give up, I thought our guys played really, really well. You know, when we're put in some really, really bad situations. To me, the game comes down to 2 picks. You know, we spot them 3 on the first drive of the game, and then we muff the punt. We get no points down there, 1st and 1 at the 1. Those 4 drives right there, again, it's going to be really hard to beat a really good football team when those 4 things happen inside a game.
And Mike really hung in there against a really good defensive front, made some big throws, made some mistakes as well, but overall, what do you make of his performance in his first drive?
Again, a ton of toughness. The guy plays the game the way you want him to play. There's so many things throughout that game that give us a chance for a different outcome. If we play a little cleaner, if we execute a little cleaner, if we do some things a little differently. So there's frustrating moments. I think that's part of him being as young as he is, playing against people that he's having to play against. And there's going to be incredible growth from this for him.
Jeff, what do you just think happened with the offense outside of those 2 scoring drives you had there?
Yeah, again, our execution was not near what it needed to be. You know, we had the opportunity to create some chunks. We did not pitch and catch down the field. We had a drive right there in the 3rd quarter where we were doing some high percentage things. We have 2 drops, have 1 on 1st down, have 1 on 3rd down, where we're in a 3 and out. I thought that was a huge turning point where we're trying to get the ball out of Mike's hands, create some confidence, and get into a little bit of rhythm. So again, it was a lot of different things that went on that kept us from executing the way we needed to be able to go score points. And then obviously down there 1st and 1 at the 1, you got to score a touchdown.
Paul, as you get ready for signing day next Wednesday, once you get past that, what's kind of your main priorities in the transfer portal for this team next year?
Yeah, from a portal standpoint, we're going to address a ton of needs, and we're going to need to do a really good job of going and getting the guys that we need to get. And there's going to be guys at every single position, to me, that have the ability to come in here and make an impact. And we are looking to constantly upgrade. We want to make our roster as good as we possibly can, as fast as we possibly can. We have the ability to go do that, and you know, our staff, myself, ready to work incredibly hard to go do it and get it done.
Steve?
Along those lines too, I mean, you know, there's a maturation process for everybody involved. What do you think going into the portal situation this year, how much better equipped are you guys to put together a good portal class?
Yeah, I think it's night and day. I really do. So again, excited to get back to Starkville and get back to work. And there won't be anybody work harder than we will that is excited about having the opportunity to go get it flipped and go get it done. So we've got plenty of needs, and we're ready to go address them.
Coach, I know it's fresh, but just kind of talk about the season coming to an end. Just talk about this group of seniors that you had, the progress that your entire team made this year. What did that mean to you?
Again, there was a ton of frustration and a ton of disappointment for everybody, none more than myself, and obviously those seniors. It's like I just told them, incredibly proud of them staying the course, being true to exactly who they've been. And when we get back to Starkville and they come back, man, they're going to be proud. They're going to be proud of the product. They're going to be proud of the foundation. They're going to be proud of our university, and they're going to be a big part of our family forever. And so, again, great disappointment, but proud of them for who they've been.
Another big game for Kevin Coleman, obviously a player you were able to pull out of the portal. What has he meant to this football team this year?
Yeah, he's meant a ton, and for Kev, he's just getting started. You know, again, that's a guy that is incredibly competitive, has played the game in a really tough way, and is a guy that we're going to continue to push to the front, to lead by example, to create accountability inside our locker room, and to get done what we need to get done.
Steve? In addition to the portal season, what needs to happen in order for you to win ball games like this in Texas and Georgia? What do you feel like you need to get over the hump and be competitive in the SEC?
You've heard me talk a little bit about making the layups. I think that's something that is absolutely critical. You know, again, from a turnover standpoint today, the two interceptions were things that did not need to happen at all. The muff punt obviously is an issue, and then again, you got to score a touchdown when you get down there 1st and 1 at the 1. So those 4 things are the example for today. As you come on the road and you play in a rivalry game and a top 15 opponent, those things can't happen. So making the layups will be critical. We're going to have to offensively run the ball more effectively, to me, and create chunks in the run game offensively to help us and take some pressure off the quarterback position.
Sam? Kind of on that question, but when you look on this whole season, where do you just think maybe some of the reasons are that it went poorly, or why you only had two wins this year?
Yeah, I think, again, there's plenty of reason game to game. We weren't a team that was able to keep momentum inside of football games. And I've talked a ton about complementary football. That'll be a big piece of that, being able to sustain. I've talked a ton about that as we move through the season. And so those are things as we get back and look at building the roster, that's going to be a huge part of it. Our development inside our program with our roster is something that has to change. And our scout teams have to upgrade in a huge way so that at practice you feel the pressure and you feel the strain. And that's part of going on the road and winning games that we got to win inside this league. That's a huge part of our development as a program, and that's something that's got to get a lot better.
Last year, the defense was the hallmark of the program. Offense really struggled. This year, inverse happened, but the defense started to figure it out towards the end in these last few games. Just kind of talk about how you can take that momentum with the offense being as good as it was this year, keeping games close, and the defense coming around towards the end. How can you take that and make yourself better for next year?
Yeah, every single position's got to take a step forward, and there's got to be great improvement. Again, I think the guys inside our locker room understand how close we were at times and understand what it's going to take to be able to go get it done instead of being on the wrong side to be on the right side. But there were some really good moments defensively. Again, having the ability to go sustain on both sides of the ball is going to be critical for us. And that, to me, is filling the entire roster so that strain happens on Tuesday and